Mining for riches used to involve a shovel and a pick, but times change. David Pogue digs into the controversial high-tech world of Bitcoin mining.
7 years ago, Gladys Anderson bought her dream home in Bono, Arkansas.
We moved out here to get away from the busyness of town, the noise, just peace and quiet, country living.
But last May, the quiet ended when this noise began.
It was like torture, like a form of military-grade torture.
It's the sound of 17,000 computer fans in a Bitcoin facility next door.
This caused problems for me with my hearing, my blood pressure, with the sweetheart where she gets migraine headaches.
Neighbor Shane Markison takes frequent decibel readings.
82 was the highest number.
82?
82.
90 is a hairdryer.
Right.
The residents can't even move away.
I don't know who'd want to buy my house or buy my place. With this kind of noise, would you want to live next to it?
I have spoke to the county judge's office, the county administrator. I have called the governor's office several times, and I know hundreds of other people have called about it.
What do you think is their reason for not doing something?
Money. It's money.
It is money. Bitcoin is... Make it stop! Thank you. Bitcoin is a digital currency with no centralized bank. Instead, transactions are confirmed by huge banks of computers run by people called miners. As an incentive to set up these facilities, the system periodically rewards the miners with freshly minted Bitcoin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. But all those computers burn staggering amounts of power and make a lot of noise. Last year, Arkansas passed what's become known as the Right to Mine Bill. It prevents local communities from regulating these operations.
We've got a business-friendly state, we've got inexpensive land, we've got affordable power, and that is the perfect combination to be a cheap date for this industry.
Republican State Senator Joshua Bryant was the bill's chief sponsor. He figured that Bitcoin mining would be good for the state, but there were some unintended consequences.
What we found is that operators started operating in a manner that was not giving quiet enjoyment to the neighbors.
He points out that not all Bitcoin plants are noisy.
So I would say roughly probably half the sites in Arkansas are owned by the, per se, bad actors.
Arkansas Bitcoin miner Ben Smith says that mining plants can be very quiet, cooled by water instead of fans, built far from residential areas, and fully enclosed rather than open air like this one.
So it's all about design and honestly how much money you're going to put in to be a good neighbor or a good actor.
So who's building all the cheap, noisy plants? Senator Bryant says it's a web of Chinese companies with ties all the way to the Chinese government. The New York Times reports that Chinese Bitcoin mines are now running in at least 14 states. But the Chinese government isn't the only invisible hand here. The Right to Mine bill itself was drafted by a Bitcoin advocacy group that's pushing similar bills in at least 12 other states. In Arkansas, even Senator Bryant concedes that his bill needs fixing.
So we are looking at a law, state law, that will ultimately require these crypto operations to not generate noise.
Meanwhile, Gladys Anderson and her neighbors are suing.
We've set up a GoFundMe. We've done some raffles. We most recently sold smoked pork butts.
The Bono plant's lawyers say that the volume is within local limits and said in a statement that our client is currently developing design plans to fully enclose the site within a matter of months. Well, good, because Gladys Anderson won't be giving up.
I'm a very stubborn woman, and I'm a very scornful woman. I will become just as big of a headache for them because they're setting up everywhere.